Hey, what's up? Dogs and cats, what's up? Gods and bats, what's up? Squirrels and toys, girls and boys, what's up, y'all? How's it going, everyone? Have me know how you are. So, this is how this one's gonna go. This idea will eventually overcome completely the sense of loneliness and abandonment that all the separate ones experience. That's what this idea will do eventually. Today, this ID is identity, idea, like it's ID, A, U, A, ID, A, identity. What? Yeah, good question. What? For. Playfully. This is not the dogma way. This is the M God way. This is all these really fun ways to speak, to think, to thinking, think queen. Blessed being, with your tongue moving, singing, hearing, meaningfully letting go of your English dictionary, sometimes hearing only the sound, attempting also to be the still silence around the sound, maybe. And, so today's idea goes with me wherever I go. What is today's idea? It's God goes with me wherever I go. Today's idea goes with me wherever I go, which is that God goes with me wherever I go. Oh my godness, that's so great. How wonderful. Today's idea will eventually overcome completely the sense of loneliness and abandonment that all the separate ones experience. Isn't that great? That's what I was saying. Today's idea will eventually overcome completely overcome this sense of loneliness and abandonment that all the separated ones experience. Cool. Depression is an inevitable consequence of separation. All right. So are anxiety, worry, a deep sense of helplessness, misery, suffering, and intense fear of loss. These are all inevitable consequences of separation, which is what the tiny mad idea is, which is an idea that crept into the mind of God, where all is one and always will be one, at which it forgot to laugh. Which is, what if there was something other than the truth, which would be something that's separate from what is in some way? And what would that contain? It would contain things like basically the mind wanted to see. Yeah, but what would that look like actually? Which means it would look like what a story looks like of what being a separate being within a story that's already like kind of prepackaged for you, getting to have to deal with being pushed around by in some way. And that being a character within that place where things exist like meaningless meaning, like communication that doesn't actually connect or communicate, like cruelty, like innocence born ready to be traumatized in some way. So all that contains, it's a package of many things, including the qualities of anxiety, worry, a deep sense of helplessness, misery, suffering, and intense fear of loss. Even also, if you read in the text, lots about specialness actually is like contained in the expression of the idea of that there could be something other than the truth, or opposite to what is, or opposed, or against, or away from what is, which I am a part of, and feel naturally as what I identify as being a part of, feeling that part that I am doesn't even remember how did it get these elbows that it accidentally hit people with, maybe, it's like, man, underneath it all, it's hard to be apart. But you can't help it if you are apart. The brick in that wall over there, each part has to be what it is as a part of a whole. And to be a part is challenging in many ways, because to be a part it means to think that one is sort of, and to feel that one is within the dimension of the level of time, like temporary, doing the best they can, meanwhile being pushed and pulled from many directions. What am I supposed to be doing, man? How did I get here? I don't even know exactly. And I only wish that I'd only do great, actually. And the demands of the world have it be that I can't please everybody. So I'm sorry, everyone, I wish, I know, I do, that you too also do wish that you only did what was best awesomely, actually, in some way. And we've been given the task of time, which is almost like a difficult, like a impossible challenge, to choose to prove that we have a good will no matter what the world actually says it claims. It thinks that, like in the Bible, the Jesus story, he was bad, actually, but it also thinks this of you, in some way. That's why the story of Jesus is mythically very powerful, because it's like what happens to you is what happens to most people in some way. Betrayed by friends and family, government and religion, beaten in different ways, and asked to defend our innocence. Meanwhile, we don't even know how we got here in some way. So anyway, that is the dimension of time. That's the impossible task that God chose to have miracles come through in order to return to where we never left, actually, in wholeness and truth, meeting us where we know we believe we are, and all the while helping us on our quest to question, do we really believe we are here? And recognizing where the answer is, admittedly, yeah, kind of do. Okay, we'll work with that too. The Spirit speaks to us from where we know we believe we are. Okay, paragraph number 2. The separated ones have invented many cures for what they believe to be the, quote, ills of the world. But the one thing they do not do is question the reality of the problem. Is this problem, is it real? Yet its effects cannot be cured because the problem is not real. The idea for today has the power to end all this foolishness forever. Hey, goodness. And foolishness it is, despite the serious and tragic forms it may take. This is foolishness, despite the serious and tragic forms it may take. This is foolishness. Paragraph number 3. Deep within you is everything that is perfect right now, ready to radiate through you and out into the world. It will cure all sorrow and pain and fear and loss, because it will heal the mind that thought these things were real and suffered out of its allegiance to them, because it thought it was real. And it's saying now it doesn't need to. It can let go of the meaning that it needed to suffer because of a story, but it doesn't. It can watch a scary movie and keep choosing to let go of the meaning of it. Hey, you think that movie's causing you to feel this way? Think again. You can let go of the meaning that the thing seems to be screaming at demands that you make of it. There's ways to practice this within your nervous system. Some of the ways are definitely this workbook. Also, there are others, many, that you'll be given in your mind and heart training to unwind from the time of tragedy to transformation of what you believe is your creation, from what was made to be what is originally the story of a proof of problem, into the story of shareable miracle parables, shining the bright light through the film in the way of your sight, and remembering to ring that bright and shiny light through reality, purposely seeing beyond, through, beyond, underneath, through, beyond, throughout. the appearances that are appearing. Paragraph number 4. You can never be deprived of your perfect holiness because its source goes with you wherever you go. You can never be deprived of your perfect holiness. You can't separate yourself from your perfect holiness because its source, the source of your holiness, goes with you wherever you go, actually. You can never suffer because the source of all joy goes with you wherever you go. You can never be alone because the source of all life goes with you wherever you go. Nothing can destroy your peace of mind because God, truth, wholeness, creator, goes with you, creating itself wherever you go. As what you are is the cause of a cause, as its effects wholly together, never to be separated. We understand that you do not believe all this. How could you, when the truth is hidden deep within under a heavy cloud of insane thoughts, dense and obscuring, yet representing all you see? There is a difficulty from where we know we believe we are, as in our story. The challenge of what that story is, that this is the place that we get to see. The reason for separating is for the joy of reuniting. And today we will make our first real attempt to get past this dark and heavy cloud and go through it to the light beyond, 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 throughout, underneath, and around everything. There will be only one long practice period today, a long practice period in the morning, as soon as you get up, if possible. I read these halfway through the day, and God says that's okay. I swear, no, he does, because he says I do know this is true. Spirit spoke through him. In the morning, as soon as you get up, if possible, sit quietly for some 3 to 5 minutes with your eyes closed. At the beginning of the practice period, repeat today's idea very slowly, which is God goes with me wherever I go. Then make no effort to think of anything. God goes with me wherever I go. Then make no effort to think of anything. Try instead to get a sense of turning inward, past all the idle thoughts in the world. Try to enter very deeply into your own mind, keeping it clear, your clear mind, of any thoughts that might divert your attention to the clarity within your mind, within your clear mind. From time to time, you may repeat the idea, God goes with me wherever I go, if you find it helpful on this journey to the clarity of your clear mind. But most of all, try to sink down and inward, away from the world and all the foolish thoughts of the world. You are trying to reach past all these things that you think you thought ought to be, but you are trying to leave appearances and approach reality. Paragraph number 8, it is quite possible to reach God, goodness, God, wholeness, creator. In fact, it is very easy because it is the most natural thing in the world. You might even say it is the only natural thing in the world. In reality, the way will be open if you believe that it is possible. The exercise can bring, and you do believe it is possible, that the exercise can bring very startling results. Even the first time it is attempted, and sooner or later it is always successful. We will go into more detail about this kind of practice as we go along, but it will never fail completely, and instant success is possibility throughout the day. Use today's idea often, repeating it very slowly, preferably with closed eyes. Very slowly, preferably with closed eyes. Very slowly, very slowly, preferably with closed eyes. God goes with me wherever I go. Think of what you are saying, what the words mean. Meaningfully within, concentrate on the holiness that they imply about you, on the unfailing companionship that is yours, on the complete protection that surrounds you. Concentrate on the holiness that they imply about you, that these words, that God goes with me wherever I go, Concentrate on the holiness that those words imply about you, and on the unfailing companionship that is yours, on the complete protection that surrounds you. You can indeed afford to laugh at fear thoughts, remembering that God goes with you wherever you go. You can afford to laugh at fear thoughts, remembering that God goes with you wherever you go. Goodness gracious, Godness, that is great. I hope you have a wonderful day. I love you. Mwah.